What is up, fan? I got 10 of you. It is 12:06, 6 minutes after midnight, and I got 10 of you in here watching. What is up? I got to shout out everyone that's in here. This is a late video. This is a spur of the moment video. I got Mac, Joshua, Zach, Bill. I got Mike, Dude, Master Funk. I got Speed Stacking. I got Victor, Pokey Greninja. I got username. I got Gimli, Michael, Vladimir. What is up, everyone? Greg, Sean, Michael, Ben, Zach, Ray, Finkel is Einhorn, Hysterical Gaming, Joe, Dude, Master Funk. All you great guys. I got a donation already? What's going on? Hit that thumbs up. I was not expecting a lot of people to come hang out. I just wanted, it's late. I was just going to chat some Miami Dolphins football. Cap for life. What's up, my man? Let me get to these donations. Victor with $2. My dog still up and grinding always, my man. Always. I actually just put the stream for tomorrow up. Got that scheduled to go. A tenner. What is up? Woo! What's up, my man? Craziness. I can't believe you guys are up hanging out. Bro, we up late studying film. Can't sleep. It's game day tomorrow. Yeah. 115 now. Whoa, look at this. Hysterical Gaming. Let's burn the midnight oil, baby. With a $2 donation. Michael says with a $5. You're over 100 people in here. I love you guys. You guys came and hung out. I was not expecting this many people to be in here hanging out, but you are. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you all. How many likes? We got 46 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's just get to 100 likes, and we're just going to chat it out. I'm going to answer some of your guys' questions. Maybe I'll give you guys some of my thoughts and concerns about tomorrow's game. Dude, we're all jonesing for the Fins. Zachary with a $2 donation. How do you think we game plan against Crosby? You probably have a tight end over there. You probably put Durham Smythe over there to keep him contained. I can see that happening. Do you think we can blow them out 20-plus points? Yeah. Now, will they? That's another thing, but I definitely think they can. $5 donation. Dude Master Funk. Can you chat some bet lines? Anytime touchdown, A-Chain, Hill, Waddle, Mostert, and a 13.5. Mostly interested in your thoughts on H-Hand's usage. I think he's going to get used. I don't think he's going to get used like he used to because, again, he's coming off of the injury to his knee. But, again, Mike McDaniel came out and said that if they needed him to go, he would have put a brace on and he would have played. But I don't see him taking a big workload. I could see Mostert doing that, but you know how H-Han is. You give him 5 carries, he's probably going to bust off 115 yards. So it's going to be interesting. Thank you for the donation, my man. Elite Hawaiian, been a member for 12 months. Let's win tomorrow with a strong defense. This defense, I told you guys, not saying to the people in here, maybe to the people in here, how many times did I tell you guys you got to give it time? And so many people are like, oh, no, how long should it take? If he's an elite defensive coordinator, if he's as good as he says he is, we shouldn't be this bad. It's 4 or 5 weeks now, Doug. Come on. How many times are you going to give him excuses? Yada, yada. And then, bam, it clicked. And supposedly now the defensive players are saying that they're buying into the system. And that was the biggest disconnect with the defensive players and Fangio, was that Fangio was so dead set. And listen, we're going to do it this way. And the players were like, we need you to, come and help us, meet us middle. And he is. He's meeting them in the middle. He's blitzing more. He's using them in the right situations more. But I told you guys, you got to give it time. You got to give it some time. So he gets his players in, aka Jalen Ramsey, so he can call his defensive scheme. Told you guys that. Just need to take a breath. You need to let it, come to fruition. But that being said, got to continue to build off of it. Got to continue to build off of it. Those last 3 games of the season are very important. Like, we're going to be facing offenses, but that last half of the game is it's going to be defense, a little different there. Dallas Ravens Bills. If you only win one, who are you picking to win? Ravens. Because if the planets align and the stars are in the right orbital motion of the Earth, the Miami Dolphins could potentially clinch the AFC East by the Dallas game. If the Dolphins win all 5 of their games coming up and the Bills lose at least 3, the Dolphins could potentially clinch the AFC East before the Dallas game. Then it's kind of seeding. So if the Dolphins beat the Ravens, that kind of helps them move ahead of them if they win the division. And it seems like now it's more likely than not because of Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson being out. Ted says, Doug, you're one of my favorites, and I do hope you know that most of my opinions shared aren't accurate to my thoughts and feelings. I love to exaggerate, so I'm not disappointed. You'd rather be surprised and let down. I totally get it. Circle Gaming, do you remember the Fitz immaculate reception? Yes, with the face mask, and he just chucks it up, and then what's his name? Mac Hollins catches it. Yeah, I remember that. I remember. Wow, a $20 donation from CB. I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you. How do you think the defense will play versus O'Connell? I think they're going to pressure him. I think the front 4 on its own is going to pressure him, but I think they're going to get in his face. Our pass rush has been getting better week in, week out. I'll tell you right now where we're ranked when it comes to sacks, Sacagaweas. The Miami Dolphins are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th in the NFL in sacks with 29 sacks. When it comes to pressure percentage, they are 3rd in the NFL with 27.4%. Essentially what they do is they take the snaps and they divide it by the amount of pressure that they have per snaps. And the Miami Dolphins are 3rd in the NFL in pressure percentage. And the funniest thing is when it comes to blitzing, the Dolphins are like middle, maybe around like 17th in the NFL in blitzing. They don't blitz a lot, but they get to the quarterback and they make him uncomfortable. Like craziness. Alex with the tenor says, hey, Doug, love your show. How's Raheem Mostert's health? How do you think the running back rotation will work with Achane back? Thanks. I think you're going to get a good rotation of Mostert, Wilson, and Achane. I think Achane is finally going to take that Ahmed spot. And not a knock on Ahmed, but a knock on Ahmed. He's not good. Now, he's not bad, but he's not anywhere near Devon Achane. So it's that good rotation that will get him in. And like I said, you get him like, I'm going to look up one of his games where he had like 20 snaps. He had like 20 carries and he like went off. Against Buffalo, he had 8 carries for 101 yards. Against New York Giants, he had 11 carries for 151 yards. And against the Denver Broncos, he had 18 carries for 203 yards. The man doesn't need a workload of carries. It's not like he's like out there taking 30 carries. He barely needs 20 and he's going to break 100. That's just the way he works. So don't expect him, to get 30 carries in tomorrow's game, but expect him to get some carries and expect him to bust one off on the Raiders. Now, I'm not going to sit back here and tell you the Raiders defense is hot garbage. They got a good front, but this offense is playing at home in the heat. They're wearing their white jerseys, which is forcing the Raiders to wear their black jerseys. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Sport A says, "Hey Doug, don't want to be that guy. Just trying to help. Your mic might uh, messed up. Sounds like your webcam mic. I love you, because if that's true, me so much. It probably is. It definitely is.
You're amazing, Sporty Howie. Thank you so much for that. Because now it probably sounds so much better. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for that. You got to feel for the Bengals fans. I hope Burrow doesn't get ruined like the Colts ruined luck. 100%. I feel for the Bengal fans. I feel for the Browns fans. Not only for the Browns fans because Watson is hurt, but I feel for the Browns fans because of the whole Watson situation of trading so much for him, paying him so much, and he's played about one game. No, sorry, like not even a full season yet. So, but there's so many. I feel bad for the Vikings fans. I feel bad for the Ravens fans. They lost Andrews. Like, I feel bad for anyone dealing with injuries. It sucks. We dealt with it last year with Tua Tagovailoa. I don't wish it. I don't call it karma. I don't call it anything. It's just, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Plain simple. And I'm not going to sit back and be like, oh, I'm glad Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Feeling bad for the Jet fans. I'm glad he got hurt. We don't got to deal with him. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Do you think we could break the record 73 tomorrow? No. I don't think the Raiders do. I think that what happened with the Broncos game is our offense was so hot that we just caught them off guard and they weren't expecting the motions that we had going, because now all of a sudden everyone does the motion, the pre-snap motions. Week 1, week 2, and there wasn't a lot of pre-snap motions. So I think that caught them off guard, and I just don't think they were mentally prepared. Love you too, Ruben. So, yeah. 11-17 Alabama, but decided to pop. Gonna head out, fins off. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you for stopping by. We got 267 of you guys in here. I remember, and this is why I love you guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. This is why you guys are my favorite human beings on the earth. Because when I started this channel in 2018, the first live stream I ever did was for the draft where we took Mika Fitzpatrick. And I went live, and I think at my peak, I had 30 people in there. And I was like, wow, I got 30 people. This is so cool. I'm going to build off this, yada, yada. For the draft. Now for the draft, like, not to, toot my own horn, but I get like 1,200 for the draft now, which isn't anything crazy. Like Tom Grassi gets like 10,000, 20,000 for his draft. But my point and where I'm coming from is it is Saturday before the game at 12:20 at night. And I have 286 of you in here just hanging out, shooting the breeze, just chatting it up with me. Like, I'm gonna real quick, gonna play this.
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me. Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Would you just look at us? I appreciate that, Tyler. If you could describe the Dolphins team this year, what would it be? They're resilient. Because even in the Eagles game and in the Chiefs game, when they were down bad, they found a way to fight back. And throughout both games, they're always back. They were down a score against the Eagles, and they were tied against the Eagles. And a lot of the games they beat themselves. So they're not a bad team. And I know a lot of people look at this Dolphin team and think to themselves, oh, they can't beat good teams. They beat themselves. They're young. They're still young. The second year with this coach and sitting here at 6-3. Resilient. I think I'd say resilient. Thank you for joining the membership, Alex. Appreciate you, my man. I have to work tomorrow during the game, so that should mean we win. All but one of the games I watched live by lost. I don't want to say good that you're not watching the game, but hey, if we win. Doug, my wife hates you because I spend too much time watching your content. Shout out my wife, Katie Lang. What's up, Katie Lang? Thank you for letting your husband watch my content. I appreciate the heck out of him. We can, but we haven't beat any good teams. That's where this comes into. That's where the funniness of this comes in, right? And I've talked about this at nauseum. 1999 Rams 13-3. They didn't beat one team over 500. But like if the Dolphins lose tomorrow, then the Raiders will be 6-5. The Raiders will be 6-5, and they'll be a winning team, and the Dolphins can't beat that team, a winning team. If the Dolphins beat the Raiders tomorrow, they'll go to 5-6. And it just feeds right into the narrative of the Dolphins can only beat bad teams. Do you see how stupid it is sometimes? Week 1, the Chargers were 0-0, so were the Dolphins. The Dolphins beat them, they ended up going 0-1. If the Dolphins would have lost to the Chargers week 1, they would have went 1-0 and would have fed into the narrative the Dolphins can't beat good teams or winning teams. Do you see again how just it's stupid? It's just stupid. You play the game, you beat the teams you should, and you do what you got to do. Plain and simple. Doug, what's the biggest position in need on this team? To me, it's middle linebacker. I think if we can get a stud middle linebacker, then that also going to play really well into coverage. Like, when was the last time our middle linebacker really had an interception? You know, I think it was Landon Roberts versus the Raiders. Middle linebacker for me. The 1999 Rams beat one team above 500. It was week 4, 49ers. They were 3-1, but Niners finished the season 4-12. Let's look that up. Let's look it up. Gonna look it up. 1999 St. Louis Rams. You said week 5. Because they had a bye week 2, which is weird. Week 5 against the San Francisco 49ers. They were 3-2. You are correct. 3-2 that week. Wait. Yeah, 3-2. Or 3-1. I think they counted the loss there. So yes, one team. You are correct. Baker's interception wasn't a coverage pick. It was tipped, but Cater was just in the right place at the right time. Yeah, he got his hands up. Almonds tomorrow, or what? The snack of choice? Nothing. I don't eat anything. I don't have time. Because I'm up late, and then if my daughter wakes up, I'm still up, and then I go to sleep. Sometimes at, like, last night, I went to sleep at like 5 o'clock. I was up with her till 5 o'clock, and then I go to sleep. I wake up at like 11, get like 5-6 hours of sleep, and then I hang out, and then I go live. I usually don't eat much till afterwards, which is bad. It's probably why I'm gaining the weight I am, but yeah. Doug, I think the important thing about beating winning teams is that you have to do it in the postseason before you just have to win your division or get in the dance. I agree 100%. Anything could happen. Remember when Doug said he'd do push-ups for every touchdown, and someone said, "You mean those push-up ice creams?" I wish. I want one right now. Someone get me a push-up ice cream. I get a little nervous before each game this season. Oh, I'm with you 100%. The Miami Dolphins should most definitely win the next 5 games. The only game that gives me a little apprehensive feeling is the Jets game in New Jersey, because it's 4 days after 4 or 5 days. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, it's 4 days after this game tomorrow. And that Jets defense is pretty good. And then the Washington game gives me a little apprehension because of Sam Howell. I like the way he's playing. Other than that, the Dolphins should beat the Raiders. The Dolphins should beat the Titans. The Dolphins should beat the Jets at home. And then those are the only 2 games that give me apprehension. But they should beat the Washington Commanders. should win these games, but I'm still like, whoop. Could you imagine the push-ups after Denver? I did, Sean, 70 push-ups. If you go back and watch the live stream, the Denver Broncos live stream, I did 7 push-ups for every touchdown. I did 70 push-ups. And the only reason I was able to do those 70 push-ups is the fact that I didn't have to do them one after the other. I did 7, I sat down. I did 7, I sat down. Do you think Achane can win Offensive Rookie of the Year if he runs for 100+ yards the next 8 games? Yeah, because he'll break 1,000. I think he deserves it if he does that. Because right now, he's at what, 500 something? 460. Yeah, be like 12 something. Yeah, I definitely think he can. Reds Racer. He says, I bet my daughter, 49ers fan, that it'll be the 49ers versus the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. What do you think? I'd love that. Appreciate the donation, and I'd love that. It'd be a rematch of 1985 Super Bowl. I would love that. I'm a negative health nut. Eat a Reese's cup for every touchdown. Yes, sir. Dougie, we're winning tonight. We're doing tomorrow again. The Raiders at 1 p.m. Better. It's a team you should beat. Marino's loss will be benched. It was 1984. I think it was the 84 season. Yeah, I think it was the 84 season. But I think the Super Bowl took place in 1985. Yeah, it was the 84 season, but the Super Bowl took place in 85. And then the following year, they lost the conference championship. The Commanders game feels like one of those games where we'll win 13-7 for some reason. I take any win. I don't care. If we beat the Jets 12-10, I don't care. The Jets can puff their chest and they can brush off their shoulders saying, we held that Miami Dolphins offense to 12 points, and they can take that win, that little win, instead of winning the game, but take that little win from the game, and they can hold it for the rest of the season. We held the Dolphins to the blah, blah, blah. I'll take it. But I just want to win. Just want to win, baby. We are stacked with great players. We got this. Yeah, 100%. Fins up. Mods, take that down, please. They got it. It just takes a minute. I trust my mods. It just takes them a minute. Your boy Greg got it. Cap Life got it. My guys got it. If the Dolphins win the toss, should they put the offense on the field or the defense? Defense. I will go to my grave. Go to my grave. Always kick. No, yo, boy, Greg, I already banned him. Always kick. Always kick. Look, prime example. Going to give you the Italian hands. Prime example, that Chiefs game. If Tyreek Hill didn't fumble the ball, I don't think he fumbled. I think his forward progress stopped. But if he didn't fumble the ball, worst case scenario, the Dolphins kick a field goal. So they go into half down 14-3. And then in the second half, we scored 2 touchdowns and held them to nothing. So say, again, we kick the field goal, we come out of half, we score a touchdown. All of a sudden, it's 14-10 like that. And the Chiefs haven't even gotten a chance to get on the field. Best case scenario, we score a touchdown, come out of the half, score a touchdown. It's now a tied game, and then the Chiefs come on the field. I always kick it first. Always. If I have an option, I want the ball after half, because in those situations, you can go up 2 scores or you can go up 1 score if you're down a score like that. Always kick it. I always kick it. But again, you look back at that fumble. Worst case, we kick a field goal. We would have won that game 17-14. 17-14, we would have won that game. Breaks my heart. He'll never have possession. It should have been never been a fumble. I agree. And then on top of that, the Chiefs fan who did the lateral, he stood there for like, again, 5 seconds. No forward progress with him either. It is what it is. We can't call that. Can't do anything about that. Is it just me, or the Dolphins got more crap for losing to winning teams and the Cowboys have done the same? Well, the Bills too. Again, I don't like to talk ill of injured players, but Joe Burrow is hurt again. And Colin Cowherd came out and said, oh, we need to work on the rules to protect the quarterbacks and yada, yada. But he rips into Tua when he got hurt. I just find it funny. I find it just hilarious. Hey, Doug, I love your content. As a Finn fan for 35 years living in the UK, it's great to finally have a team to be proud and supportive. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Which game is worse, refs bowl game or tank bowl games? Ref bowl games. Let them play. Unless it's blatant, like the Saints Vikings game. Was it the Saints Vikings? What was the game where the Saints player got leveled before he could catch the ball? Was that Saints Vikings in the playoffs? I'll wait for one of you guys to be like, yes. Because I'm like trying to see the thank you, Saints Rams. Jimmy, thank you. Like if it's blatant like that, throw a flag. If it's blatant like you could see the jersey getting pulled, throw a flag for holding. But if it's not blatant, like Thursday's game where they called pass interference when the guy didn't even touch him, come on. These refs should not be impacting the game like they are. It's getting a little ridiculous at this point. Chiefs game was the first time my daughter, who's 19, came over and watched with me because I converted her boyfriend to a Fins fan. I bought him a custom jersey for his grad gift. That is awesome. Make him subscribe to my channel. Thomas with a $5. He says, imagine having Marino and Montana on the same field during the Super Bowl pregame. I'm glad Robbie cleared waivers and got back on the team. Yes. I feel like it was going to happen. But yeah, like you go back and you look at that Super Bowl in '84, no one thought Marino was like, obviously Marino was good, but no one thought Marino was going to get to the echelon that he did. So you look at that Super Bowl and you have Joe Montana versus Dan Marino. I don't think the people in 1984 watching it realized that they were watching two of the best quarterbacks in NFL history go head to head. Like you can't name a lot of Super Bowls where you had two of the top 5 quarterbacks in NFL history going head to head. Like it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm trying to think of games where we have two of the top best quarterbacks in NFL history going head to head. Like it was never Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. Playoffs, yes, never Super Bowl. Favre and Elway could be close, but do you consider Brett Favre a top 5, top 10 quarterback? Do you guys consider Brett Favre a top 10? Is Brett Favre a top 10 quarterback all time to you guys? I'm interested to see what your guys' thoughts on that. I need to learn how to put Manning, Breeze, but again, you got to think, is Drew Brees a top 10 quarterback all time? No, yes, no. He is, Jake says. Yes, Brett is top 5 picture sender. Oh my God. What year was it? I think it was 98. Yes. No. Dan Fouts and Marina, Montana. Dan Fouts isn't a. I wouldn't say Dan Fouts is a top 10 quarterback in NFL history. People forget how good Favre was. He was good. That's why I'm asking. He definitely was good, but he leads. He has the most ever interceptions. Mahomes, Brady, but Mahomes isn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can appreciate it now, but Mahomes was never yet there yet. Elway faced Montana in 1989. Let me look up top 10 quarterbacks in NFL history. Top 10 QBs in NFL history. NFL.com, top 25 quarterbacks all time. Here we start with the bottom. I want top. I want the tibbity top. So this one has Drew Brees at 6. So they have Brady at 1, Montana at 2, Peyton Manning at 3, Unitas at 4, Otto Graham at 5, Drew Brees at 6, Marino at 7, Roger Staubach at 8, Elway at 9, and Rodgers at 10. So in this one, they don't even have Brett Favre top 10. It's interesting. No, Robbie Chosen's back on the Dolphins. Favre was so good, he fumbled a whole volume. Blasphemy. Let me see if I can find another list. Like a legit list. ESPN, NFL all-time passing leaders. Like, if you go off of that, you got Brady 1, Breeze 2, Manning 3, Favre 4, Roethlisberger 5, Philip Rivers 6, Matt Ryan 7, and then Dan Marino 8. How crazy is that? That Dan Marino is 8th all-time in passing leaders with 61,361 passing yards. And all of the guys that are above him played in the modern era. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Ben Roethlisberger, Philip Rivers, Matt Ryan. If Dan Marino like got drafted to the Dolphins in like 98, oh my God, he'd have like 100,000 passing yards when he retired. He would have been ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Gromby. Do you remember Scott Jackson? I haven't seen him all season. Scott Jackson. I do not, Nick. Should I? Doug, we need pick DouglieDoWrong. Pick of DouglieDoWrong. Oh. I got you. I always have him readily available. Always there. This time I think he's on the opposite side because I'm going through StreamYard. I always got him readily available. See, here's the thing. I would use StreamYard for my games, but I can't put the scoreboard on StreamYard. You know, I have the scoreboard here, and then I can put the scores in and do what I need to do. I can't put the scoreboard here. If I could, I'd use StreamYard because it's a little bit more reliable. It's not as glitchy or anything. And I got the sounds on the StreamYard. Like, I got all the stuff.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
I got like all.
That's what she said.
All my sounds on here, but I can't put the scoreboard on here. I could do this. Like I could pop this stuff up, like pick is in and all this stuff, but I can't put the scoreboard up the way I like it. So that's why I don't use StreamYard. Do you think X is still with the team in 2024 if he takes a pay cut? Or not a pay cut, but if they restructure him, yes. He's due a lot of money. He's due a lot of money. I'll tell you who's due a lot of money next year. We'll talk some cap space if you guys want. Like I said, I'm here to hang out with you guys and girls. 240 likes. Jeez Louise, guys. Again, I'm genuinely shocked. I have almost 400 of you guys hanging out, and I have 240 likes. I love you guys. I'll tell you in 2024. So in 2024, the biggest cap hit is Tyreek Hill. He's taking a $31 million cap hit. They could restructure that and change it to signing bonuses and get some cap, relief there. Jalen Ramsey's getting 27 million. Bradley Chubb is getting 26 million. Xavier Howard is getting 25 million. He's getting a lot of money next year. And then Tua gets his 23 million. But again, if Tua continues to play like he is, they could just give him a contract extension, and then all of a sudden that 23 million that he's getting paid this year, they can make it down to like 3 million. And all of a sudden the Dolphins have $20 million in cap relief and puts them at I will talk about this when the season's over, but the Dolphins can make 3 moves, let's say 4 moves, and be positive 16 million in cap space with just 4 moves. But we'll talk about that at the end of the season, because right now it's not pertinent because we're number 1 in the AFC East. How's the family doing? They're doing good, Jeff. How's your family doing, bud? We're all sleeping right now. Don't let your dad do a Q&A 5 minutes before the game. Doug, let your dad do a Q&A 5 minutes before the game, before the end of the season. You got it. You got it. Doug, I am a graphic designer myself. I made NFL scoreboards in my free time. If you ever want one, I got you. Also could send you references on Instagram. Email me, Ted. Email me, man. What position should the Dolphins go after in the draft? Too early? It is too early. BPA. I don't even know where we're going to be picking. If we're picking late 20s, you could trade it. Dougley, would you say if the Dolphins defense enters the top 10 after the Raiders game and ends up being a top 5 and carries this team, I will be ecstatic. Because there are going to be games where the offense might struggle. And the defense needs to help us out. Because you know why we went 3-0? A good portion of that was because the offense was helping the defense out. So they need to, go the other way around there. Oh, wow, your dad would be a blast to chat with about early Dolphin season. Yeah, I'll get him to come hang out and chat. I hope we're picking 32. So do I. Hey, Pops, how many touchdowns will Achane have tomorrow? Let's ask him. Hey, Dad, how many touchdowns do you think Achane's going to have tomorrow? Rushing or passing? It doesn't matter. How many touchdowns? Oh, he's having 2. What would you grade Bradley Chubb? A to F for the year. Look at my hair. So far, I'd give him a B. Give him a solid B. Just a B. I think he's starting to come in, and I think he's starting to do well. But he's not anywhere near the contract we gave him. Let's just say that. The contract we gave him is one that, like, you give Nick Bosa. You give Myles Garrett. You give, those type of pass rushers that are going to, disrupt and help us take pressure off of our rookie. So I give him a solid B. But again, he's not worth the contract we gave him. Not in the least bit. Couldn't even get that word out. He's coming around. I love him. I love him. Seems like a leader. I think he's going to have a big back half of the year. I agree. Like I said, he's coming along. My boy, Jeff. What's up, Jeff? Curious to see what your dad's first game. Curious to see what your dad's first game in person. Like, you're curious to see what his first game that he went to was? I think it was a Jets game, but I'll ask him tomorrow. Score prediction for tomorrow, I have the Dolphins winning 31-10. Do you like Tua's new hair? DouglieDoWrong. I do. I like that he's being himself. I like that he's not hindered by his head coach not liking him, his head coach constantly putting him down. I like that we're getting genuine Tua. And he's having fun. He throws an interception and he's not like, you know, and he goes to the sideline and he's sitting there like, he knows, oh, I got to do better. I see what I did wrong. I should have thrown it more this way instead of this way. I should have done this and that. Blah, 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 blah. Next drive, marches down, scores a touchdown. I don't think it's every time, but a lot of the time when Tua throws an interception, that next drive, he's like, I know what I did wrong. And I know what, and a lot of people want to say, Tua can't read defense. Tua can't read defense. The reason why after an interception, Tua comes back out and marches him down the field for a touchdown is because he learns, looks at the tablet, and he learns, oh, this is what they did to cause me to throw that interception. So now I know what I'm looking for on that defense, and I'm not going to do it again. So when he drops back to throw, and I always want to do it this way because I'm a righty, but when he drops back to throw, if he wants to throw that same route and he sees the safety move, he's like, well, I'm not going to throw because he's going to pick it off. Boom, I'll throw it somewhere else. But so many people, am I saying Tua is elite? Am I saying Tua is perfect? No. He's getting very close to being elite, though. You can't say he's not. But there's so many people out there that, and I'm going to be called a Tua-neer or Tua-stan or Tua-doobly-doo after what I'm about to say. There's so many people, children, well, it's late night. Children, if you're watching, cover your ears, that talk out of their ass when it comes to football and when it comes especially to Tua Tagovailoa. Well, Tua can't do this. When Tua has pressure in his face, he crumbles to the ground. And then I show proof after proof after proof after proof. Well, you could do that for any quarterback. Then don't say he can't do it. Don't say he doesn't do it if I'm showing you he can and he does. Tua can't read a defense. Well, here's him reading the defense and manipulating this. I'm going to go off on a tangent. I'm going off on a tangent. People say that Tua doesn't go to his second read. What Tua is doing is he's looking to move the safety over so he can throw it to the guy he wanted to the first time. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do you know what that is? That's Tua reading the defense and then manipulating the defense with his eyes. But to some people, Tua can't read a defense post-snap. Tua can't read a defense pre-snap. If he can't read a defense pre-snap, how does he know to move the safety with his eyes? If he knows pre-snap, under center, he looks. I have Tyreek running a streak route on the right sideline. I see a single high safety. He's cheating over to the right side, the right hash mark to double Tyreek. I have Jalen Waddle running a corner route. I'm going to look over to Jalen Waddle real quick to move that. That's pre-snap reading a defense. And then it's post-snap reading a defense to move the safety with his eyes. This is what I'm talking about. People talk out of their ass. I don't get it. And you break down film. I break down film hours on hours. And people still are like, no. I don't get it. Who's your fave wide receiver 3 all time or right now? All time or right now? Dennis says, you can't try, Doug, but you can't fix stupid. I didn't say it. You said it. Tua is good. Don't worry about it, Doug. He's more than good. He's more than good. Good evening. I'm out here just going off on tangents. What happens if Tua wins a Super Bowl this year? I will tell you, word for word, verbatim, what exactly is going to happen. Because right now, Tua can't beat the good teams. Tua can't elevate the team in like high important situations. Apparently, they didn't watch the Ravens game last year. I'm just going to say that. So that's the narrative now, right? Tua can't do that. When we make it to the playoffs, we win a playoff game. That's one game against a bad team. You're at home. We need to see you do it on the road against a good team. That's what you'll get. We do it on the road against a good team. We beat them. Well, good for you. That's because you got the penalty. They'll come up with some asinine reason. Tua goes to the Super Bowl and wins it and wins MVP, but he earns it. It's not like the Edelman versus Brady situation where it should have been Edelman that year. They will say, and again, you can clip this, timestamp it. They will say, Tua only won that Super Bowl because of the system, because of the run game, and because of Tyreek Hill. They will not give Tua Tagovailoa any credit whatsoever. So at that point, you just kind of whatever you say. A two-a-side squad. I like that. And I would be sitting and watching Tua burn all doubters while roasting marshmallows. Zach with the tenor. My dad is a merino ear. Laugh my ass off. I love some Dan, but he's just now starting to acknowledge what we have in Tua and how special he's becoming. Finally admitting Tua is better than Chad. I think Tua has a little bit better of an arm than Chad. Chad Pennington was very accurate with his passes, but after his injuries and his surgery, he lost a lot of strength in that arm. So I think Tua has a little bit better of an arm. Sean, fave wide receiver 3 right now. Craycraft, Berrios, or Wilson. It's hard. I love Braxton Berrios. I love the style of his play, and I love how tough he is as a small receiver. But River Craycraft is Tua's dude. And there's a lot of situations where River Craycraft got us some points, like the Ravens game. The touchdown that he threw when he spun out of the defender and rolled to his left, that was to Craycraft. So it's like Craycraft is a little bit ahead of Braxton for me, but I like them both. Wilson is not really a slot guy. Wilson's a boundary guy. So when Cedric Wilson Jr. is on the field, you get Tyreek Hill in the slot. Cedric Wilson Jr. is too tall, but you asked for wide receiver 3, not slot. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. Who are you least impressed halfway through this season? Least impressed with? Kind of the linebacking core, if I'm being honest with you. Emmanuel Ogbah, too. I thought I would have got more out of Emmanuel Ogbah. I don't know if it's because they put him in a different situation, but Emmanuel Ogbah kind of disappeared on me, and the linebackers. Now, they're getting better. David Long Jr. is getting better, but Doug, you should go live more often. Your thoughts are A1. I appreciate you, big heck. I don't have much time. When it comes to making content for you guys, which is a lot of shooting, editing, research, because I do the research. Sometimes I do the research a day or so ahead. And then I hang out with my family. So it's hard to get the time. If you guys don't mind hanging out with me at 11 o'clock at night, I will go live. I'll go live every night, every other night at 11 o'clock at night. I'll hang out and I'll chat all day long with you. But it's just hard to do it on a finite time where people are readily available. But I'll do it more often. I appreciate the donation, my man. People talking out of their ass. Give me an Ace Ventura flashback when he bent over talking out of his butt. Hey, excuse me. Do you have a mint? Or maybe some Banaka? Dale Smith getting personal. I love it. Do you have a normal job? Yeah, no. Do you consider this a normal job? Now, I have my real estate license. So I can sell houses and I have rented properties to people. So I made somewhat of an income doing real estate, but I am slowly making this my full-time job. So would you consider this a normal job? When people ask me what do I do, I tell them I cover the Dolphins. That's what I tell people. Am I lying? I think I cover the Dolphins. I think I give information. You heard Omar Kelly say I need to get a press pass. I have some type of, connection. I love Omar, and the fact that me and him have such a type of relationship where we can talk the way we do, is crazy. So I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I still see myself as Doug from Bayonne, New Jersey, just talking Dolphins. I don't know. Doug, are you reaching out to Ann from the Dolphins to get you media access like Omar alluded? I'm going to. How? I don't know, but I'm going to. Chris, I died a little on the inside watching Chad's son throw 3 picks in the first half today. Go Herd. That's crazy. That's crazy that all these guys' sons are in the NFL right now. Like Joey Porter's son is with the Broncos. Like it's just, with the Saint Steelers. It's just crazy. Come to Miami. I have a lot going on up here. Maybe one day. I send it over. Let me know what you think. I will. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you, my man. Should move to Florida and work for the Dolphins. Yes, a real job. I appreciate that. Maybe. From Popart Omar, what unit has the most on their shoulders this week? What players? My choice would be running back, specifically Jalen Waddle. And Jalen Waddle and Achan. If you say Liam, fine. But pick number 2. Austin Jackson. What unit has the most on their shoulders this week? Austin Jackson's got to block Crosby. And that's to his blind side. So to me, it's Austin Jackson. You got to give 2 at a time. I do have a Discord. Is it linked in the description? Is the Discord linked in the description? It is not. Let me get you the Discord. You're like, Doug, shut up. I'll put the Discord in the chat. I got a Discord. I thought I like permanently put it in the description. That's on me. I apologize. Let's see. I gotta figure out how to get an invite going. Members. I got it. Events press channel. You guys are asking me to do things I'm not tech savvy enough to do. Bipbop with a $2 donation. When do we put out an APB on our field goal kicker? He's actually doing really well. What does Miami? When does Miami unlock the aqua jerseys? The next time that they wear their throwbacks is Christmas Eve. So, hey, tech savvy people, how do I grab an invite from my Discord? I'm not talking about. I don't know. How do I like do them like a mass invite for the Discord? My tech savvy people. Josh the Bum Allen. Hey Doug, when defense run man press, do you think we should switch the system since it throws the timing off in our time-based system? Send a screenshot in Discord. No, because they're going to play man press, right? And a lot of people think that Tua doesn't do well in man press, which again, statistically, that's just not true. He actually does better in man than he does in zone. But you're going to press, and if Tua gets enough time for whoever it is to get off that press, you're screwed. They rarely press Tyreek Hill. Rarely. Because they're so afraid to get beat over the top. Long time, brother. How's everything going? Curious question. You think Mike McDaniel should stop doing these some call cute play calling, or should we continue them because it works? Then it do it at the right situation. Now I understand why sometimes he did it, especially against the Chiefs, because they were getting a lot of pressure on us up front. But he did it too much. On any of the channels, click the person. I think. Create channel event systems. The top right. Click change. Wait, what? Hold on. On any of the channels, click the person's logo with the plus on the top right of it, then click change setting and make it unlimited to never expire copy, then paste and bam, you're good. That's too much for my brain to take on right now. Naboo just hit me up. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you. There you go. Link is in the chat. Trying to pin it, but this chat's going by really quick. There we go. There you go. So if you want to join the Discord, it's pinned to the top. I gotta put that in my defaults too. What's up, Terry? My birthday was yesterday. My girls got me a sweet orange Zach Thomas jersey. Happy late birthday to you, Zach. Mike, why did I say Zach? I'm losing it. Happy birthday to you, my man. If you guys didn't know, being that I got 400 of you beautiful human beings in here, the Bit Boys channel is back. Now, for some of you, you're like, what the flip is a Bit Boy? Essentially, before I started doing this, I had a gaming channel with my two friends. And we started this channel doing, playing games and stuff, and it's back. And I'm, putting out at least I'm going to try to do 2 videos a week, all that good stuff. And I'm trying to get the channel to 1,000 likes. The video I put out today got to 300 views already, which is huge for us because it was very hard for us to get off the ground because the gaming area is very hard. It's a very oversaturated area. But if you would like to check it out, I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the comment section. I am not PG on it. So whatever you hear from me, that's a different Doug. But if you like it, it's a gaming channel. So if you like it, go check it out. And hit the subscribe button. Help your boy out. We are less than 200 away from 1,000 subscribers. It'd be huge. Josh the Bum Allen, I don't trust our O-line to give to a time. with a good pass rush like the against the Bills or Eagles, and times with the Chiefs, aka Cotton Lamb. I agree. And that's where the cute plays come to the sideline and all that stuff. What's the game? Well, we played Jackbox, and then we played the new Mario game, Super Mario Wonders. We love PG-13, Doug. It's kind of borderline R. Bit Boys like Wild Boys? No. It's bit because there's different bits for different styles of games. Because the Nintendo 64 was 64 bits. That's why it was called Nintendo 64. So it's different bits. So that's why we're the Bit Boys. Good fin morning, Doug. Would Noah Fant or Kyle Pitts be a great fit in our offense? I think Kyle Pitts would be. Doug, am I to get naked again for tomorrow's game? It worked, but it didn't because we ended up losing. So it's up to you, man. If you want to be naked watching the football game, swing away, man. Swing away. Yes, I take him. F1. Julio, Doug, let me just say I'm a huge fan of yours, but I have a question. Can we get more content on your podcast? Julio, I want to say something to you. I love you. The fact that you are so like you follow the podcast, thank you. I am going to try my best. Try my best. It's hard because I'm doing a lot. I'm doing everything on my own, but I'm going to try my best. But thank you. It means a lot to me that you follow the podcast. Thank you. Away. What games do you play on BitBoys? Anything. We've played Resident Evil. We've played Mario Party. We've played Mario Maker. We've played Mortal Kombat. I've played Madden. We play everything and anything. If you suggest it, we'll play it. So anything. I'm listening while playing Path of Exile. Can't wait for tomorrow. I'm from the Bay Area, ready to talk my crap once it's over. There you go. There you go. When should the Finns play Cam Smith? When he's ready. But you got to realize too, he's got to get in front of Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard. So, but he'll play. I should get an editor. I should. But I'm quick. You know what I'm saying? So if I get an editor, the editor needs to be up at my hours. You know what I'm saying? So like the deeper dive video that comes out Monday, I shoot that Sunday night. I shoot that Sunday night at like this time. So I would, if I have an editor, I would have to shoot it and then send it to the editor. They would have to edit it and get it back to me so I can schedule for upload 9 a.m. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of moving pieces that I just do it myself. I'll just do it myself. I don't care. Doug, how'd you become a Dolphin fan? Was your dad from Florida? Nope. Bayonne as well. Born and raised. He grew up in the 70s. Love the Dolphins. And then I love the Dolphins. Do you use the Miami Dolphins in Madden? Yes. I'm actually currently trying to build a MUT all Miami Dolphins team. It's hard because they're taking forever to get Dolphin players out there. But Joey Porter Jr. just came out, and I got Ricky. Mostert just came out. There's another one that just came out. What do you think of Tua's answering about MVP talk? I love it, Paul. He's more worried about winning a Super Bowl. He doesn't care about individual accolades. He wants the team to win a Super Bowl. I absolutely love it. The only other one I got for you is a reminder to fans / request. NFL Films has the entire Dolphins Hard Knocks on YouTube for free. Maybe do a video to review episodes leading up to the new season. Well, that's the plan. After every Hard Knocks, which is Tuesdays, I'm going to recap it and give you my thoughts and opinions on it. We developed Cam Smith. He's going to be a top notch. Yes, 100%. Did the Finns stick with Shula too long? I thought so at the time. A lot of people thought so. A lot of people. He got pushed out of Miami. He was their coach forever, though, decades. So we'll see. Another Philbin one. Doug, who's worse, Liam Eichenberg or Jesse Davis? Liam Eichenberg. Jesse Davis had that one bad game where he got to a hurt. But Liam Eichenberg's been consistently bad. Doug, I'm the guy that won your Ricky Williams picture frame after you passed 30,000 subscribers. I'm now in Vegas and still watch you and the Dolphins fins up. I appreciate you, Dan. Hope you enjoyed the picture. My man. I'm not a huge Tua fan. I like him, but don't love him. But my favorite thing about him is I think he will structure the team to benefit himself. What is your favorite thing about him and least? My favorite thing about Tua is just his pocket presence. I have a few things. Like I like his personality and the person he is. But I like his pocket presence and I like his vision. My least thing I like about him is sometimes he tries things. He'll try a pass and it ends up being an interception, or like sometimes he'll be off on a pass. And those times it happens when we need him not to be. That's what I like least about him. Like the interception in the Eagles game. 100% should have been holding, but still it was underthrown. He was on his back foot, I get it, but still it was underthrown and ended up being an interception. The bad snap against the Chiefs, like there's certain situations where he's still learning. Those are the things. Doug, I'm gonna wear all my Miami stuff tomorrow. I'm ready to go. Let's go, bud. I don't even know which one I'm wearing. I wear stuff, and then if they win, I continue to wear it because I'm superstitious. But if they lose, I change it. I have no idea what I'm wearing tomorrow because I got all these jerseys, but I gain weight, so some of the jerseys don't fit me. I feel like a fat mess when I wear them. I was wait. His arm strength is average. To say not good, I disagree with 100%. Because if it wasn't good, he would have not been able to make that pass against the Chargers where he stepped up and on the move, he threw it 40 yards in the air and hit Tyreek Hill in stride. If his arm strength was not good, he would not make that pass. It's average. He has an average NFL arm. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't have hit the deep pass against Tyreek Hill against the Giants in stride. He wouldn't make these passes. He wouldn't make the passes to outside the numbers if he had a bad arm, if it was not good. You want elite level arms, but in the NFL, elite level arms aren't always going to win you games, aka Josh Allen. So, if you asked me, would you take a guy with an elite arm but an average accuracy, or would you take a guy with an average arm and elite accuracy? I'm taking the elite accuracy. I want that man to make the throw when it counts and put it where it needs to be. That's what I'm taking. Sometimes I think people overthink the arm strength situation. Is Doug in Miami? I got the impression from another question he is not. I am not in Miami. I'm up in New Jersey, my man. Exactly. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Shotgun or rifle? I'll take a rifle all day. I know we're focusing on the present, but looking at the O-line next year, we have 4 free agents. Do you think we'd re-sign all 4 or sign 2 or draft 2? I think they signed 2. Maybe 3. Who? Wow. That's something I don't have to deal with. I'll make videos about who they should re-sign and how they should do it, and I'm going to be wrong. But yeah, I don't know. That's Brandon Shore and Chris Greer's job. Why haven't we added O-line depth? It's clear to me Chris Greer doesn't want to pay good money for a decent guard. I guess because they trust their coaches. Now, we brought in offensive linemen to try out. But I think they just trust their coaches, which I didn't. But the Dolphins' offensive line is like top 15 in the NFL right now, and we've had 10 different starters. People laughed when we signed Butch Berry. Bronco players texted Dolphin players saying, wow, you got Butch Berry. Good luck with that. This guy sucks. Butch Berry's really good. I appreciate you, the King Truth Show. How do you watch all the Finns games? Sunday ticket? Yes. 100% Sunday ticket. Do you think McDaniel's holding back on his play calling against teams we could possibly play in the playoffs / Super Bowl, not to give them an advantage? I think he is constantly changing things. Omar Kelly, go watch. I know it's long. Go watch, or you can listen to it. It's on the podcast. The hour-long conversation I had with Omar Kelly, where he talked about the complexity of Mike McDaniel's offense. So many people think, and again, this goes back to the Tua bashing. So many people think that it's a dumbed down offense so Tua can run it. Nah. Why do you think Tyreek Hill didn't have the routes right last year and was kind of just running off the seat of his pants? Why do you think certain players are struggling like Chase Claypool? Omar Kelly said it perfectly. To learn Mike McDaniel's offense and to run in Mike McDaniel's offense, you need to be able to speak fluent Spanish. You need to be able to speak Spain Spanish. Some of the guys that are on this offense are speaking year 3 school Spanish. It's good offense. Niners gang saying you got a great coach and running back. Appreciate that, man. Do you watch other Dolphin YouTubes? If so, who's your favorite? I watch them all. CB83, Dolphins United, Finn's Tailgate, Reason, TD. I watch them all. Finn's Too Deep, Kyle Krabs, Zach Krantz. Like, I can name Tobin. I watch them all. Love them all, watch them all. Did you watch AEW Full Gear tonight? In my opinion, it was an awesome pay-per-view. I did not, but I'm going to. I'm going to take a few more questions. I don't want to ruin my voice before tomorrow because then I'm going to sound like garbage and have no voice. So I'll hang out for like 5 more minutes, take a few more questions. Doug's channel seems to be the most informative Dolphin info since I started a subscription to Dolphins Digest back in 78. I try my best. And again, it was one of my, like, the biggest compliment I got was from Omar Kelly when he said that he watches my videos because I give information that he doesn't get elsewhere. And that blew me away because, like, I'm looking through my notebook right now and I just take notes on notes. Like, this is a deeper dive after we beat the Patriots the second time. And I just take notes. I'm constantly writing. Let me get some stats here and there. Let me look this up and I write it down. When do you sleep? What time is it? I'll probably go lay down in about an hour and a half. I try to go to sleep at 3. And then if my daughter doesn't wake me up because she's up, I try my best to go to sleep at like 2. So my wife goes to sleep at like 10, 11. Then I do my work, I clean, and then I try to go to sleep. Like tomorrow, if she doesn't wake me up, I'll probably wake up at like 10. Try to get like 6, 7 hours in. I love what I do. Was shocked a bit to hear it. Not sure if you mentioned it, but X comments on Hard Knocks. Yeah, they weren't happy. But I love that he said that they haven't earned anything. I love that because they're very humbled. Very humbled. Good night, Ted. I'm going to hop off soon anyway. Franklin with the fiver. I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you. Most of 12 carries tomorrow. Achane 10. It's my prediction. 180 yards rushing combined. Might be more. Might be more. Did you see what happened to Jordan Travis, that hit pull tackle? Oh my God. From Florida, right? Florida State, where he like just completely broke his leg. Ugh. Yeah, my dad will be here tomorrow. Night, Max. See you tomorrow. Dolphins seem to have racked up a lot more international fans. Have you noticed this? The following is growing. I did. I was expecting more Dolphin fans to be in Germany, but yeah, I did. Do you think we should move on from Tehran? They can't next year because of how much his contract is due. But they need to find his replacement, and they might have already found it in Kendall Lamb. Hey, Doug, didn't know you were doing this. I was just hopping on talking for about an hour. I'm about to hop off because I can feel my throat starting to hurt a little bit. Did you just start the stream? No, I've been hanging out for about an hour 15. Do you think Achane is the real deal? I'll tell you next year. So far, he's really good. Really good. What's Pop's reaction when you explained what helicopter was? I forgot to. I forgot to. I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow before the stream starts. I'm gonna have to tell him. Your wedding ring, is it a Dolphins ring? Yes. Yes, it is. When the season started, in the beginning of the video, I made a funny video where I like took off my black wedding band and I put this Dolphin one on because the season started. It's hard to say when it comes to starting at running back because does he get the first snap? Is that considered starting? He'll play tomorrow. How concerned are you on how many people we have to pay next year? They'll figure it out. If the Dolphins, this is the last thing I'm going to say because I'm getting tired. And yeah, if the Dolphins play and win a playoff game and make it deep into the playoffs, Stephen Ross will open the checkbook. And what I mean by open the checkbook is you got to realize when you see players get a certain portion of their contract turned into a signing bonus, that means that Stephen Ross is writing a check and paying the player. So if Tyreek Hill next year is due $36 million and Stephen Ross writes a $20 million signing bonus or whatever bonus, and he gives it to him, that $20 million comes off the cap. So these bonuses, transferred to bonuses, you saw that happen already with Jalen Ramsey and Tyreek Hill. That's Stephen Ross doing it. So if we start winning and we win some playoff games and Stephen Ross realizes how close we are to a Super Bowl, he'll start writing some checks to clear up some cap space so the Miami Dolphins can go out and get a middle linebacker, go get more offensive line help, bring back the people we need to bring back. He'll do it. He will do it. But that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We have like 400 something of you guys in here, and it's almost 1:30. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys in what? 10 hours? 11 hours? But let's get this W. You can always restructure contracts to free up money. Exactly. Niners gang. Well, let's get this W. 7-3. And then we got a short week, 4 days, and then we got to head to here, face the Jets. So, see you guys tomorrow. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.